Hey chess friends, my name is Sprout and welcome back to the road to 1400. We are at 1354. We had a vicious defeat last time. I was having technical difficulties, had a totally winning position, and lost it all. I'm still mentally recovering from that one, so let's get another game started and see what happens today if we can turn this around. We have the black pieces. What is our opponent going to want to play with us today? That is the question. They choose to enter into a caro kann. So we're playing c6, and they are playing knight out to f3, which usually results in the exchange, but sometimes ends up in the advance. This time we have an exchange. Bishop to b5 is the move, but they don't play it. Since they don't play it first, we're going to play a little knight to c6 before moving our bishop up to pin their knight. So let's start out with that and see what they decide to do. Usually, bishop to b5 is the appropriate thing here in this situation. They decide to go there, which actually allows me to immediately bring my queen out and poke at this. So, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna bring my queen immediately to b6, and we will see what happens. So now, of course, the idea is we have a lot of pressure mounting on d4. We also have a bishop that's going to swing around and pin the knight to this queen. So they choose to defend it that way. That leads into more problems later on down the road. So we're gonna, it's going to lead to some dark square vulnerabilities over here, which maybe we can exploit at a later time. But for right now, we're just gonna go ahead and pin that knight. Now they move the bishop back, which seems a little bit like conceding things. I'm definitely seeing now some problems for my opponent, because I can play e6, and if I can swing my bishop around, we might have some mounting pressure over on this side of the board. And either way, no matter what, once you get your bishop outside the pawn chain, it's a really good idea to play e6 to close it up. You can get into so much trouble if you forget to do this early enough. Yeah, it's not good. Alright, so they are playing bishop to e2, which means they could jump in here. And at this point, I'm just going to take. I'm going to take because I don't need any craziness like that. Now, I do have to be aware of the dual bishops. But at this point, too, we are so close to just being able to take there. We could just take. Almost, not quite. So I think we're going to start out with a little knight maneuver. Let's start with a knight maneuver. We're going to start with knight goes to e7, trying to bring it around to f5 to apply even more pressure to this pawn. They chose to castle instead of dealing with the pressure. That's okay. We'll see. Now we get into a situation. What are we going to do? They play there. We are getting into a very tricky situation. Very tricky situation indeed. And I could definitely take off this bishop right here, which would open up the scope of that rook, and I'm not 100% sure I want to do that at this exact time. Seems like your knight wants to go there, so maybe we will have enough firepower eventually on the square to do something with it. But I don't know. I'm thinking of taking there and compromising there. Now, granted, it does open things up and it does shut things down there. So that is definitely a consideration. The other consideration is just going to bishop to d6, where the bishop really wants to be here. And then, once that's done, I'm a little worried about this move at some point. Because after takes... Well, no, that's nothing right now. Let's just get the bishop developed and then castle. Because I don't really want to take that bishop right now, because it just opens up the scope of this rook. And overall, that's not a thing that I really... Yeah, that's not something I want to have happen. We'll see what they do here. Like I said, they could start pushing there. Their knight really doesn't have anywhere good to go, so the knight would have to either go on the side of the board, which would be silly because that's just a free knight, or the knight could go here, which does block the defense of that pawn, which maybe could prove to be something that I care about. It might actually be. Okay, queen's going up. I think at this moment, I'm going to have to take. Because I don't like the idea of all of these bishops hanging out over there. So I'm going to have to take. And they choose to take that way. And I will castle. And unfortunately, this is a... there aren't a lot of vulnerabilities quite yet in White's position. I will have to swing a rook around. Otherwise, I could just barrel the pawn down there, but I'm not sure how that works out for me. Knight there. In a different world, this would be great. I'm saying that in a world where I could actually, like, support that with anything at all. This could be a little bit weak, though, couldn't it? Could be a little weak. So I think for that reason, also, I might swing around here and then swing back. This knight really can't go anywhere here right now. It's just kind of getting out of the way. So I do believe that rook onto the semi-open file is going to be the right thing, and then we'll swing this around and try to have some more fun with it. I could just start there right now, couldn't I? Because if I do this right now, it doesn't look bad, and then swing the rook around? Nah, maybe it's best to swing the rook first. I think rook on the open file first is going to be what's going to get the job done, and then we'll swing around here next. We'll do it in that order. So they are trying to push there, so we are going to move now and try to get this in. If they push, this is also weak. So, yeah, I'm not minding. If they push now, like, I don't even think I'm going to... Well, if I don't do anything, they can just go up further and fork things, which is kind of a problem. If I take and go like that and they end up forking, that's kind of bad. Yeah, so they're going to do it that way. Can I get away with this idea of going here first? I don't think I can. No, I don't think I can. But also, we can just move aside. We could move here. That's also true. We can just move. And then we're threatening this. If you keep pushing, then I can maybe do that next. Also, though, if I take and you retake, aren't you just letting me in then? Maybe here's good. That looks pretty good there, doesn't it? Just... Is that gonna be better for me? That looks pretty good, because then I'm eyeing this. Yeah. Okay. We'll just go ahead right like that. And just kind of wedge ourselves in, getting ready to attack the queen there and add some more pressure onto this. Yeah, so we'll just go right now and apply that pressure here to the queen and see where they want to go. Also, maybe there's this still on the table? I mean... I could take here. I mean, you can't really take here, because then I take it just seems... It doesn't seem great. Maybe it is great. Maybe it's really great for my opponent and I'm just misjudging the entire situation. Could be. Let me know in the comments below. Yeah. Also, let me know in the comments what you think of the Caro Kann. Do you enjoy playing the Caro Kann? And if you don't, why not? Let me know. The Caro ends up being a, obviously, a positional opening. That doesn't actually do much, though. I mean, it forces that. So, and there might be tactics here, because if I take, it's not really. I think I take here first. I'm unfortunately losing a bishop in this, so it's just how do I want to lose the bishop? If I lose the bishop over here... Also, I'm not necessarily losing a bishop. If I just take right here, there's no lost bishop. I just move off to the side. So let's think here. Do we get crazy and play bishop takes a2? a2? h2? Do we get crazy? Do we get absolutely crazy with that, followed by takes like this? Or do we just take here and then move the bishop back? I think we just take there and move the bishop, and in fact I can even move the bishop forward in this situation. This doesn't really have any good place to go. Yeah, so we'll just take there. I mean, you could take here, but that would be silly. I don't know why you do that. I don't even know why they're thinking. Of course they're going to retake, and then I can just play there. Which also might end up being a pin, might end up coming in handy if there's ever a rook on c1, so... also, this is falling, I believe. So, yeah. I don't know. They go there. That is a really good move. That's really good. I'm gonna have to think about this for just a split second. It is a great move. If I go here, then that hangs, because they take, and then this hangs. Actually, I don't even have to do that. It hangs immediately, so I can't do anything there like that. Okay, we can go here. They'd probably go on to c1. But... I mean, if I go here, I take the file. I definitely want to take the file. So, yeah, they can either push or they can take, but either way, I'm getting a hold of this file. Well, I'll get a hold of a file. Otherwise, I can do this too, but then they just take here, I take there. It gets a little messy. So, we'll just take. But then that leaves this isolated. But then I swing around and I get the open file. Then we just have to worry about this. Yeah, we'll take there. Okay. I'll take the open file. We still have an eye on this. We can still move here. If they... Okay, so they're moving that way. Interesting. So if they try to get in there, do I want to go back? Do I want to go up? I think up is fine, too, because that really clamps down then on that. I need to get more pieces in the game, no matter what. This can come here, which can get into the position, which I don't really love at all. We could go like this. I guess there's... Could be... Well, there can't be that in that situation, so I think maybe go here to double up here. Because just applying a lot more pressure there on that square. They can't really jump then because they're just giving that up. And yeah, this is running, but I also have a bishop that can circle back around. Takes there first, takes there. No, I don't really get enough out of that. This is weak, though. It was guarding that, so, the pawn was. So, that's interesting. I think in this situation, I might want to move back this way and route around here. But at the same time, then, that seems really passive. We could maybe move back to then push like this and try to dislodge. That's definitely a possibility. Of course, you'd want to be able to keep an eye on this. So, oh, but if here, then here, oh, that might be really, really bad. Maybe, yeah. I don't like putting it back here because it seems like the scope is really bad, but if I reroute it... Otherwise, here is really annoying, but I feel like this can always, you know... It's gonna be annoying, right? This isn't doing much either. Just, what do I want to do? I almost feel like moving here just with the opportunity of getting them to play here... That might work out. But that's hope chess, isn't it? Or is this just the best move? Because I can dislodge the knight like that. Yeah, I mean, that just seems like maybe it's the best move. This, you'd have to imagine, is better. The thing is, I can move here no matter what. This just feels too passive for that. Yeah, it just feels way too passive. Okay. We'll play bishop to h6, keeping an eye on this, and just making it even harder for them to get in. And then probably going there. If goes there, they go here. Well, then I take, and that seems like then I'm up a pawn. And yeah, this is a passer, but I don't know how good it is under that situation. It can't easily be defended by that rook. So they're getting ready to push here. Okay. That's an idea. Certainly an idea. Certainly an idea. So they're gonna push here, but that doesn't, but then I just go here, right? And then I'm attacking there? But then I'm not attacking here, so maybe I just get onto this right now. They're gonna kick this out. They're gonna kick that out, that is for sure. But then maybe I can go around here with plans of doing something there. Also, if you take, well, if you take, there's really nothing to do right now. So this is coming, but I can just swing around here. I have to be able to do something else, right? I could just move in here. But it doesn't really, it's not too compelling right now. I don't really have enough to go after that pawn. If I know this is coming, I could also just get out of there, but that's even more passive, right? Also, I can push right now and try to, and like, okay, you try to dislodge things, but well, who ends up doing better in that exchange, you know? Obviously, they're gonna try to go there, and I should probably try to go there instead. I should probably just double stack. This rook is doing nothing, so I have to make it more valuable. So we'll see where this guy goes. Oh, okay, the king is actually coming up. Wow. Alright. Alright. So if they take, I take here, and then I'm in. And that feels good for me overall. Yeah. So there we go. We managed to get in with our rook finally. I don't know why, like, they shouldn't have taken there. Because now I can threaten you there. This is still guarded. Maybe they'll forget about that. Because, I mean, I can just go in here. Or actually, here is really good. I'll just go in and deal with them both at the same time. Rook here is pretty good, pretty interesting. In that situation, yeah, I mean, that situation, I think I have to move my knight. Just where to move it to. So they find it. So that's pretty interesting. I could also move here first as an intermezzo and say, where are you going? Because they take there, I don't care. I'd rather take here. And then I just get behind this. Yeah, I think I'd rather go there. Say, okay, you can have it, but I think my taking that knight is a little bit more valuable. That knight has been very good. That's been a thorn in my side, so I don't know. If I were them, I would not want me to take it. But we'll see. This person is playing very well. Either that or I'm playing very, very poorly. We'll find out after the game. Fish will tell us. Now, if they move... I mean, if they move, we just trade and I take this. So, if they move, like, that's the best case scenario. I'm still thinking they might forget about my long-range bishop, which could happen. So, we could definitely have an issue where they forget about long-range bishop. Yeah, I mean, in this situation, if they take, I mean, I don't think that's the best move for them at all. If they move this out of the way, that's also kind of a not great move. Okay. But, now how do you protect that? I mean, I assume that they're gonna try to go around and like, back rank mate me, I imagine. I think I should just start playing... Bring my, okay. Well, you've just given that up. I'm just gonna bring my king. Okay. I mean... Okay, well, I just moved there, don't I? Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna bring my king. I mean, I've got a pawn majority. I think I'll just move here. Otherwise, I could just move in this way, I mean. I don't know. Could move here to just clamp down on this. And then I also allow my bishop out. Yeah, so now I will be able to get this bishop out. Also, I can just play here. They can, well, if I play there, they technically can lock the situation down. So I think I'll just play here like that. Oh, that's really good. Yep, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So, I think with this, you have to move back. I can't go in there, wow. That's very annoying. They are trying. I think I can start off by going here. Now if I go here, then I can swing around like that. And we'll see. Of course, if I go like this, they can take, and then once they take, that's not exactly great. And I don't think I have any, like, I have to unfortunately keep giving checks. I can definitely go here next, I think, and then we can just keep walking. But I have to, I imagine blocking this is my best move for right now. Like, I imagine. And then I'm just gonna have to get this out of here and start walking forward. Okay, they move back. That's still not good enough. Okay, I'm not sure that works though, because don't I just move here and threaten this? Yeah, I'm not sure that works, but I think now I can just push from this location. Could be wrong. But I think I just push. Also, if they move here... If they move there, I think I can almost... Well, no, I can't move up in that situation. Now, could I move here now? I mean, that definitely is annoying, so I can definitely throw that in. Almost is almost a, like, what I need from this. I have a little bit of time still, so I'm trying to think. Obviously, I can't hang my rook. I could go in here, but not really right now. I have to go back. I have to go back there. There's nothing I can do in this situation. Unfortunately, there just leads to a check. I think I'll have to go here and see what they do. Probably there. Oh, they go there. Okay. So I'll play back to there. But now don't I go there? Wow. This is just an amazing, like, I don't even understand it. I don't understand how they can be so good. Yeah, it's just absolutely crazy. Like, it's absolutely crazy how they're playing this. I can't go here because of the placement of that bishop. Yeah, for them playing on, like, using such little time, they are just having an amazing game. Or I'm playing horribly. I did mess up with the bishop, but I mean, overall, I feel like I've had a pretty solid game. And, yeah, this is a frustrating one. I feel like they're finding all the best moves all the time. I don't know if that was right. I guess it is. Yeah, because they can't do anything. Yeah. Ugh, that one really hurt. The last one really hurt. This one really hurt too. Really hurt. Let's check the game review and see how we did. No, we were not a fish. We didn't play that well. Our opponent actually didn't play that well either. I mean, they played better than us, that's for sure. We'll see where we went wrong. Everything here is according to plan. In this situation, taking is completely the right answer. Moving my bishop there, that was bad. That was not advisable. I mean, I guess the thing is, they can't really take, so is it that big of a threat? I suppose I could have just taken right there, because, yeah, they can't take, because it's pinned. Yeah, so that was one thing that we definitely did wrong. What else? That wasn't good. I mean, everything here, they just steadily were able to build on things. So into the corner there was wrong. The other move I was thinking about was back to here. That would have also been wrong in that situation. Fish like just moving back to g5. Interesting, okay. Let's see what else we got. That was an error. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. Knight captures on f3, so they liked just getting rid of that bishop. I suppose that's just, then I have the only bishop. Moving the king there was a mistake. Yeah, I should have just gone in, not to there. I think I should have just gone in immediately with, I don't know, I could have even done something like this, but I don't think I have enough. Maybe I do have enough time. No, I don't have enough time to catch that pawn if I do that. But it liked rook to a6, so it just wanted me to put my rook in place right then and there. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, just lock it down right there, but really, everything was okay until this. We should have just gotten our bishop somewhere else. It still would have been a completely drawish game. It's amazing. It's very, very crazy. Alright, well that's going to do it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed watching Sprout suffer, please shoot me a like. And let me know in the comments that you enjoyed my suffering and that my suffering was worth something to you. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!